Hello, and welcome to Mirrorverse Education. Today, we're factoring expressions using area models. Create an equivalent expression by factoring 5t plus 15. This is really asking how can we rewrite 5t plus 15 as the product of two factors. This is the opposite process that we've talked about in an earlier video where we were expanding expressions. I'm going to go ahead and link that video here if you do want to reference the process, because we're basically just reversing it. We'll start with a rectangle, and we'll think about its area being 5t plus 15. We know that the area of a rectangle is length times width, so our job to find the two factors is going to be to find the length and width of this rectangle. Because I've written the area as a sum, I'm going to break the rectangle into two parts that are being added together. I want to start with finding the length because the length is going to be the same for both of these rectangles. The vertical lines here are both going to be the same size. So to start to think about the length, we'll think about the factors of each of the terms. So factors of 5t, the left rectangle's area, is really just 5 times t. And the factors of 15, which is the area of the right rectangle, we've got 1 times 15 or 3 times 5. So we need to look for something in common, considering that the length of both rectangles has to be the same. And that's where the 5 comes in. So we know the length of this rectangle is 5. So now our next question is, well, if area is length times width, 5 times something needs to give me 5t, and 5 times something needs to give me 15. I can go back to our factor pairs and look at 5t. If I multiply 5 by t, I know that t is the other member of that factor pair. So that part of the width is t. On the right, I see that to get 15, if I'm using 5 as one of my factors, the other factor is 3. So 5 times 3 would give me 15. This means that the width of the rectangle, the total width, is going to be t plus 3. So to rewrite the expression as the product of two factors, I would take the length of 5 multiplied by the width, which is the quantity of t plus 3. Let's go ahead and check our answer though, because this expression that we just created is supposed to be equivalent to 5t plus 15. I'm going to use the distributive property to expand. 5 groups of t and 5 groups of 3. That can be rewritten like this. 5 times t is 5t. 5 times 3 is 15. There we go, 5t plus 15. It is equivalent. That means that we can confidently say our answer is 5 times the quantity of t plus 3. The interesting thing here is it says create an equivalent expression. That means that there's probably other options. And really, some of them are easier and some of them are more difficult. But let's imagine that we picked 2/10 as one of the factors in the factor pair. We'll say it's the length. We can still figure out what the width is going to be. I just need to think, 2/10 times something gives me 5t, and 2/10 times something gives me 15. If I know that 2/10 times something equals 5t, I can work backwards. I know that multiplication and division are inverse operations. So if I divide 5t by 2/10, that should give me that same unknown value. And I know 5 divided by 2/10 is 25. So 5t divided by 2/10 is 25t. So 25t will be the width of that portion of the rectangle. Now let's focus on the other side of the rectangle. 2/10 times something equals 15. I'll set up an equation here again. 2/10 times something equals 15. I'm going to use division to undo this. So 15 divided by 2/10 will equal that same unknown value. And I get 75. So 75 is the other portion of the width of this rectangle. So the total width is going to be 25t plus 75. All right, now I have a length and a width that I can use as my two factors, and I can write my product. 2/10 times the quantity of 25t plus 75. Okay, let's just play it safe and check our work. I'm going to expand using the distributive property. So 2/10 times the quantity of 25t plus 75 means I have 2/10 of a group of 25t and 2/10 of a group of 75. And that can be rewritten just like this. So 2/10 of a group of 25t is only 5t. And 2/10 times 75 is 15. Okay, there we go. Equivalent. So we know that 2/10 times the quantity of 25t plus 75 is an equivalent expression to 5t plus 15. So again, I just want to highlight that the question originally asked us to create an equivalent expression by factoring 5t plus 15. And so what that means is they're asking us to find one possibility of many. So all three of these rectangles have the same area. They are all three equivalent expressions, and some will be more useful to us in certain situations than they are in others. All right, thanks for trying this out and using area models to factor expressions. Linked in our description is our website as well as our Patreon if you're looking for more help or if you're interested in supporting us. Thanks so much.